Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Let's check out this clip about a single mom. This may be considered it's very triggering. I can imagine that it is very stressful, but this, I respect her. I hope she gets some help. She needs it. Mental crisis is what I think is happening here, and I respect her for telling her truth. More women need to see this, especially young women. The younger ones, they think they know it all. Well, here's what can happen being a single mom.
I can't wait till we can sit down and have the uncomfortable conversation about women who raise children by themselves in the economy that we live in. How many mothers that actually have to figure out a way to make it in a one parent household with children and just one person that provides.
Wow.
Or nobody wants to talk about the moments when I spent every single dime of my money to buy a car that ain't working good no more and I have to buy another car. Or when my rent is behind because I have to pay for something else and my kids needed something else more and I have to choose what they need more, or the birthdays that I celebrate by myself, that are orchestrated by myself with no help from nobody else, or the holidays when people get lots of gifts and they get celebrated and I don't get nothing, or when I'm celebrating other people and I don't feel celebrated, when I have to get up on the days that I feel sick and I don't even feel like I got an inch of energy in me to get up and go figure it out, I still have to and nobody is coming to save me. Like, if I knew that life would be this way, if I felt like that every day that I wake up, that I would rather die than to live because of the overstimulation of it feeling like it's just me by myself and I have to pull it together just so somebody can call me a strong black woman or a single mother or whatever the calling. Like, nobody talks about our mental health. Nobody talks about trying millions of times to find relationships and trying to settle down and give your children two parent households. And these people are manipulators. Not only do I have to take care of kids, I have to heal myself from a breakup that doesn't go away as soon as possible. Or what about the time when I was growing up as a child with a single mother, with a father that wasn't there? So boom, there goes something else for me to heal from that I didn't cause myself. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so tired of making shit happen all the time. I am tired. Nobody talks about how wrong you have to be to keep all of this shit bottled up, and it never ever gets fixed. I hate working every day and having to get off work and have to go spark and drive off. I woke up at 6. And then people like, oh, why your hair look like that? Oh, why your nails ain't doing? Oh, why do you have those huge bags under your eyes? Bitch, I'm depressed. What the f*** do you...
Wow. When someone fails to pay their property taxes, the government actually creates certificates. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Straight. Oh. Just watching it and listening to it. I. It's shocking. Just watching and listening to it is shocking enough. Where's the man? That's why I said before, say it again. For young women, did you hear her mention how growing up in a single parent household, not having a father there, she hasn't had time to heal from that, and already She's back in the cycle again. And she's been keeping all this bottled up. Go to therapy. With what money? Okay, even if it's free, what about the time? She's on a roller coaster and she's been on this roller coaster and going and going and go more like on a hamster wheel and can't get off. This is the second video that I have seen where a young woman has talked about being a single mom. They would rather not live than to live with what they're than to live life the way they're having to live it. There is no village. People, and in this economy, are you kidding? There was barely a village hanging on when things were going okay. But in this economy, there is no village. It's just not. No one's and she's right. No one's coming to what? No one's coming to save her. People are saying, "Well, hey, we're gonna go ahead and take care of you. Come on, we got you." It's not happening. People don't want to raise other people's children. Mostly everybody's financially they're cash strapped. This is a major cry for help. As I said before in the video, learn how to date, not just procreate. And what I see in this year, 2026, with the job market being basically delusional job market because it's not real. People cannot find just a decent job. And if they do, some are working 2 or 3 low paying jobs and still can't make it. And then when I see people that's sitting up here having babies, I'm thinking to myself, and single, did you think this through? Do you have any idea what you're in for? This lady, and she's right, having a conversation is too delicate, it's too stressful. Just watching this video is stressful to me, to be totally honest with you. I need to pray from just watching it. How do you think she feels living it?
How many mothers that actually have to figure out a way to make it in a one parent household with children and just one person that provides. Or nobody wants to talk about the moments when I spent every single dime of my money to buy a car that ain't working good no more and I have to buy another car. Or when my rent is behind because I had to pay for something else and my kids needed something else more. And
Where's the father? What's he paying? I don't care how a relationship falls apart, a man still has an obligation. When you create a child with a woman, you still have an obligation. I don't care, oh, it didn't work out. There are children here. These men are not, they're not worth breeding with. I'm just gonna let you know. I would say 90% are worth breeding with. Not 90%. I'm being generous, by the way. Where are they? Laying up someplace to probably create another fatherless home. That's why it's so important. It's so important, as I said before. I wish, especially in my community, if women could just like for not if it's 6 months, just take off and be financially prepared. If someone can watch the kids that you have and go live your life elsewhere. Look at there are cultures within cultures. Look at how other people are surviving. Even people that look like you. With again, there are cultures within cultures. People that look like you, so many black women that do not have children and they have their careers and they're not just surviving, they are thriving. Peace of mind. Maybe they grew up differently than you. Maybe they grew up the same way as this lady did, but decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to try something different. It is so important that we get the message out to our girls. As I said before, what are we teaching our daughters? What are we teaching them? Sign up for the struggle bus. You have to be a really silly parent and very selfish and ignorant if you are not wanting your children. I don't, well, if you are not wanting your daughters. You didn't get around to it. You got around to having one, didn't you? What are we teaching our daughters? Clearly, I think no one taught her. And so she's repeating a cycle. And look at the price she's having to pay. Pain.
I have to choose what they need more. Or the birthdays that I celebrate by myself, that I orchestrate by myself with no help from nobody energy in me to get up and go figure it out. I still have to, and nobody is coming to save me.
That part. He said, nobody's coming to save me. Yeah, you think? It's true. People have their own lives. And listen, the older ones, they already know what it's like to raise kids. They've been there and they've already done that. And they don't want to do it again. And sometimes the fathers of these children can be very volatile. They don't want to get involved. No one wants to hear about, I'm keeping her kids. Her baby daddy showed up. Nobody wants to deal with him because they know that guess what? He's a contaminator. They don't want to deal with him. I heard a situation of a lady. She talked about babysitting. She had to let that go. And I already knew that. I said, this man, he's just trying to hurt her. First of all, how? And I said, I'm trying to understand how did she tell them? And he was like, well, you know what? They're thinking that maybe the kids told him where they were going. So he pops up over there and he wants the kids. She's like, no, I can't give it to the kids. It turned into a police situation. What did she do? She walked away from it. And it's not like she needed the money. She called herself helping. And I knew then, this man, he's what he's trying to do. She's got him on child support and he's angry. So he's trying to bully her. You're going to have to go ahead and let those kids know. Do not communicate with your father. Don't say nothing. It was enough for her to find him because she couldn't afford daycare. So now what's he doing? That person doesn't want, because they're in their home, they don't want to babysit anymore because he's popped up over there. They think maybe the kids told him. He's popped up over there. So now that's over. So now how is she going to go ahead and get to work and find a replacement? He's trying to hurt her. You put me on child support. I said, oh, he's trying to make it difficult for her to work. He wants to be off the child support. This here, you think this the father of the kids cares about this lady? They don't. Her mental health is barely hanging on by a thread, and your mental health affects the physical. Then you might look at high blood pressure or stroke. What if something happens to her? You think one of those fathers going to go ahead and show up and say, oh, I'll take the kids? She can't even catch a break. Planning holidays and Christmases, birthdays all by herself. Why? The man is not there or because he doesn't care? A man and woman thought, oh, he got my back. He going to take care of me. Yeah, right. We'll see. What do women say when they're going through divorce? The man you married is not the one you divorced. You finna see a whole new person. As I said before in another video, sometimes a man loves you because you're single and you have no kids. The one I just uploaded, know when a man's about to run and why? Because you just became the woman he's running from. hmm This right here, she needs a break and she knows no help is coming.
Sick and I don't even feel like I got an inch of energy in me to get up and go figure it out. I still have to, and nobody is coming to save me. Like, if I knew that life would be this way, if I felt like that every day that I wake up, that I would rather die than to live. But
Every day that she wakes up, she said she would what?
like, if I knew that life would be this way, if I felt like that every day that I wake up, that I would rather die than to live because of the overstimulation of it feeling like it's just me by myself and I have to pull it together just so somebody can call me a strong black woman or a single mother or whatever the call it. Like, nobody talks about our mental health. Nobody talks about trying millions of times to find relationships and trying to settle down and give your children two parent households, and these people are manipulators.
Learn to date, not just procreate. She needs to concentrate on herself. But right now, it's going to be hard because it's hard to try to get a fix in for counseling and all that when life has to go on, working hard, paying the bills, getting the kids to school, bathing, cooking, cleaning, clothing, going to the grocery store. She probably can't find a moment to herself besides driving in that car. This right here might be the therapy. This is probably a moment to herself what it looks like. She's got those kids, I guarantee you, 24/7. There's probably no visitation, go with your father. It's all on her. That makes it harder to fix. How is she gonna go to a therapy session to try to heal? Take those kids with her? Even if someone gave her a spa day just to kind of relax, little, who's gonna watch the children? She didn't say child, she said children. See, people aren't signing up for that because they know it's going to be a struggle and they want to kind of keep it away from them. It's like, oh no, because that's a lot to take on. And if they try and have one time, then it may be another time. So they don't want to get roped into it. Another birth control video.
Not only do I have to take care of kids, I have to heal myself from a breakup that doesn't go away as soon as possible. Or what about the time when I was growing up as a child with a single mother, with a father that wasn't there? So boom, there goes something else for me to heal from that I didn't cause myself. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so tired of making shit happen all the time. I am tired. Nobody talks about how wrong you have to be to keep all of this shit bottled up, and it never ever gets fixed. I hate working every day and having to get off work and have to go spark and drive off after I woke up at 6. And then people like, oh, why your hair look like that? Oh, why your nails ain't done? Oh, why do you have those huge bags under your eyes, bitch? I'm depressed.
Oh my God.
What do you
Wow. Oh my God. I'm afraid this lady's health is at stake like a heart attack or a stroke with all of this. That is my fear because it's so emotionally, I mean,
why do you have those huge bags under your eyes, bitch? I'm depressed. What the do you want from me? And the part is, I cannot do this shit in front of my kids because they think I'm so strong when I'm so tapped out.
she's wearing a mask.
All the times that I show up to programs for my kids and I'm the only person there. On Christmas, when I have to figure out if I want to pay my rent or buy my kids gifts. My carpet's squeaking and making noise forever, and I can't even afford to fix it. Nobody gives a about us. Nobody gives a about us. And I'm so tired, bro. And I don't know what to do about it. I've been pushing and praying and praying and pushing and praying and pushing. Like, what
Oh
the?
my God. I don't even know if it's safe for her to drive that car. Lord have mercy. I don't even know if it's safe for her to drive that car. She's overwhelmed by life. and she has children to raise, and she's wearing a mask as if everything is okay. Can't let the kids see this. I'm really worried about her. She needs somebody to step in and quick. She needs somebody to step professional. My other concern is, will a professional maybe get the try to, I don't know if it's even safe. I mean, there's so much to this. She needs to get some help. And in doing so, I want the state might try to interfere and, say, oh, why? She's stressed out. Take the kids. That's the scary part about that. But carrying the seed of poverty, D, it'll straight up kill you. Emotionally, mentally, physically. And poverty is not just financial, it's also a man that's emotionally bankrupt to actually create children here and just leave it all on the mother. I don't care if he's wealthy, seed of poverty, D, he's emotionally bankrupt. A man can't take care of himself. The worst thing you can do is let him into your life. All this, we gonna fix it, build together. Stop daydreaming and get with reality. It pretty much leads to this. And I think she's in love with the idea of a family. She was like trying to give them, I guess, a two-parent household. Thinking, okay, we've got kids. Let's get to. No, it's not working like that. And she probably saw her mom do it, so she thought she could do it. I don't know how many kids that she does have, but whatever it is, this woman, talk about an intervention. One is needed like ASAP. And when it comes to raising children, being a mom, a single mom, being a parent, you don't get a break. Oh no, it's 24/7. See, she's working on a job, and then guess what? She has to come home and still work, cooking and cleaning and clothing, housekeeping. Showing up for a function over here. She's in constant go mode, and it's gotten so bad. She said, "What?"
Or when I'm celebrating other people and I don't feel celebrated, when I have to get up on the days that I feel sick and I don't even feel like I got an inch of energy in me to get up and go figure it out, I still have to, and nobody is coming to save me. Like, if I knew that life would be this way, if I felt like that every day that I wake up, that I would rather die than to live because of the overstimulation of it feeling like it's just me by myself and I have to pull it together just so somebody can call me a strong black woman or a single mother or whatever the calling. Like, nobody talks about our mental health. Nobody talks about trying millions of times to find relationships and trying to settle down and give your children two parent households. And these people are manipulators. Not only do I have to take care of kids, I have to heal myself from breakup that doesn't go away as soon as possible. Or what about the time when I was growing up as a child with a single mother, with a father that wasn't there? So boom, there goes something else for me to heal from that I didn't cause myself.
And that is why you need to decenter men. This woman probably hasn't had a chance to even know herself. She's maybe, I'm thinking maybe late 20s or 30s. Probably had kids early. Hasn't had a time to even know herself. I wonder if she's had a time to maybe have her first home, first apartment by herself, to actually go to a job and get your check and come home by yourself. Or have you always had a child to take care of? Don't you ever had a chance to even know you and already into a motherhood role? And it's costing her dearly. It's basically costing her sanity. It's too much. What do y'all think about this? A lot of young women, especially teens, teenagers for sure, need to watch these kind of videos. You think you and your boyfriend, yeah, okay. This has to stop. And she's right. She said, no one's coming to save me. It's true. So what? But what is she supposed to do? You think one therapist isn't going to go ahead and fix all of this? She definitely needs a team to, because you're going to have time to go to therapy by yourself. You can't have your kids in the waiting room playing. She's going to need a team. Wow, that was a tough one. Let me know what you all think. I hope and pray she gets some help. It's going to mean you need therapy and intervention to come and try. She's going to need a whole team to come and, I think, help her with her children and with herself, because the mental state that she is in is not sustainable. It's just not. I think being this hyped up could cause a heart attack, a stroke, or something. And then what? She's had it. Well, she'd rather not. She'd rather expire than to live the life that she's living. God, so sad. Anyway, let me know what you all think. This is what a lot of single moms are going through. I'm sure some divorced moms too. So 2026 needs to be it. What's the it? Decenter man and center you. And I'm out.